The Bank of England will announce its policy decision in just a couple of hours. It is expected to keep its benchmark interest rate at 0.5%, but investors want to know about the program of asset purchases known as quantitative easing. Bloomberg's Paul George is at the Bank of England and has more on it. Paul?
Good morning. Good morning to you, Scarlett. Thanks very much indeed. Yes, it is very, very unlikely that the Bank of England will shift rates from 0.5% after all, that is a 315-year low for interest rates in this country. But I would just point out there is a precedent in Europe, because last week the Swedish Riksbank cut its rate from 0.5% to 0.25%. But we haven't found a single economist who thinks the bank will cut today. So we come then to this policy of quantitative easing, pouring money into the economy. Now, back in March, the Bank of England, the government said that the Bank of England could pump into the economy £150 billion. Now, so far, they've availed themselves of £125 billion of that. So the question is, what happens now? And there are 3 or possibly 4 options. First of all, the bank could do absolutely nothing at all. It does not avail itself of the final £25 billion. So then the programme of quantitative easing just peters out in around a fortnight's time. It could announce that it will take up the final £25 billion, and that's that for now. So then it will come to an end a little bit later. It could announce that it's going to use the £25 billion and ask the government for more money, an extra facility on top of the, as I say, £150 billion. Indeed, some people, notably the British Chambers of Commerce, are saying that the bank has to ask for more. It should be asking for around £200 billion. Another option, though, is it could just merely slow the pace of buying these gilts down. It's around 6.5 billion a week, and that would send a signal to the market that the QE program's being run down. But if they do take up the 25 billion and continue at the current pace, that takes us into the middle of August. And then the Bank of England will have its meeting to decide what to do about inflation. Inflation is not really much of a threat at the moment, and of course that means that the bank might be inclined to take up this facility today. Now, is quantitative easing actually working? Well, there's very little evidence out there. At the moment, lending is not going up to businesses. Indeed, it fell in April or May. But as I say, there are a range of options. But I think what the market is really looking for here today from the Bank of England is clarity. So we'll find that out, we hope, at 12 o'clock. Back to you.
That's less than 2 hours from now. Paul George in London on the Bank of England.